Okay, this next video is we're going to be learning about the law of cosines, and that is when you have a triangle, a non-right triangle, where you have all three sides given, would look something like this, or you're given a side, an angle between them, and another side, like this. So you're given a side, you're given another side, and the angle between them. You would use the law of cosines. What the law of cosines, sorry about this, says a squared is equal to b squared plus c squared, subtract 2 times bc times the cosine of a. And it's the same formula depending on which side. So if you're trying to find b, then it's just a and c over here. If you're trying to find c, it's a and b. So you don't have to memorize three things. Just try to memorize one of them and just understand that if it's b you're trying to find, but it's always, this cosine of the angle is always the angle opposite the side you're trying to find. Okay. So, I want to make sure that, yep, there we go. So find each measurement indicated, round your answers to the nearest tenth. So find the measure of angle B. So what we're given is we're given a side, an angle between the other side. So we're trying to find the measure of angle B. So one way to do this, you could find side B or side A. I'm not explaining that very well. Notice this method right here, we're trying to find a side. If we want to find an angle, well, we need to get this by itself. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to say b squared is equal to a squared plus c squared minus 2ac times the cosine of b. And I'm going to get rid of everything just using algebra. So I would be subtracting a squared and c squared, because the opposite of positive 8, right? So b squared, subtract a squared, subtract c squared. And I'll do it here so you can see what I'm doing. And then I subtracted it over on the left side, equals negative 2ac times the cosine of b. Well, notice this whole thing's attached by multiplication, so I'm going to divide both sides. And all right, we can set it up. So I'm going to, b is 12, a, we don't have side A yet. For us to find angle B, we're going to have to find side A. So let's go ahead. I'm going to put B is equal to 12. C is equal to 19. And the measure of angle A is 138 degrees. All right. So if we're going to find A, I'm going to do A squared is equal. B squared is 144 plus C squared is 361 minus 2 times B times C times the cosine of 138. I should move all that over so you guys can actually see that. Here we go. Times the cosine of angle 138. That makes it more visible. All right. So let's see what we've got here. You just type that into a calculator now. Be careful about typing it in. So, and we could have even just typed it in 12 squared. We could have just done 12 squared plus 19 squared. You could have saved yourself a step there. So I'll do it that way. 12 squared plus 19 squared minus 2. I'm going to do left parentheses 12, right parentheses, left parentheses 19, right parentheses, cosine 138, right parentheses. And all of that is equal to, I'm going to hit store enter. And I know you can hit the retrieve button too. So 843874, and then that looks like it's going to repeat. So now I'm just going to do square root, and I'm going to hit second store and hit enter. And I'm going to hit enter twice. And A is about 29.0. Oh, I don't really like that much. That's okay. 29 yards. It's about. All right. So now that we know all of this, now that we know what A is equal to, so I'm going to put A is equal to 29. Now what we want to do is we want to find the measure of angle B. So we need sine C. I'm actually going to store the 29.0495 in the calculator. It'll be a little bit, that's okay. We'll just leave it just like that. We'll get a rounded amount. It'll be off a little bit, but that's okay. All right, so now I'm going to use all of this information, the A and the C. We're going to find measure of B using this right here. So we're going to put B squared minus A squared minus C squared. Notice I'm going to do this, because then we're going to divide all of that, and I'm going to do left parentheses minus 2 times A times C. And all of that is going to equal cosine B, and then we're going to have to take the arc cosine or the inverse cosine of both sides. So now, left parentheses, 12 squared subtract 29 squared subtract 19 squared, right parentheses, divide left parentheses, negative 2 times 29 times 19, right parentheses, enter. And I'm going to hit store, enter. And this says 0.96. You do not want to truncate this. That's why you want to use the store button. If you truncate this, if you just round this, you're going to have an off answer. So remember, when we're looking for an angle, we use the second button. And on paper, you draw that, because you're saying, hey, we're going to take second sine. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit cosine, second store, and up will pop this number. I'm going to hit enter twice. And then I'm going to get the measure of angle B is about 16, round to the nearest tenth, 16.2 degrees. That's how you find, that's how you solve. Let's see, this was just find the measure of angle B. We didn't have to solve the entire triangle, but let's see if we ended up doing that. So if this angle, so side A was about 29, angle B is 16.2. Well, then we can just do 180 subtract 138, subtract 16.2 degrees, and that will give you the measure of angle C if you needed to do that. And then let's see what's going to be the, that one's going to be very similar. All right, I think that's, I'm going to stop this one right here.